Hey guys, it's Christy and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to be ranking all of the bronzers I tried in 2022. So before we get into it, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel before you leave. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and let's get into it. It was the year of cream bronzer. There was so many bronzers being released and apparently I decided to try them all. So let's just hop right into it. Coming at number 10 is from Persona, and this is their bronze multi-stick, and I have the shade Dune. So this bronzer stick is fine. The shade is fine. It's a little warm, but it's perfectly fine. It feels nice. It blends easily. The problem is that it just kind of blends away. It looks very pigmented on a swatch and when you put it on, but in all honesty, it takes absolutely nothing to end up completely blending it away, and then you're just adding in more product. So for that reason, this one's just at the bottom. It's not a bad product. None of these are. I love them all. This just blends away too easily. So for that reason, this one is at number 10. Coming in at number 9 is from LYS, and this is their No Limits Cream Bronzer Stick. I have the shade Motivate. So their shade names do match up with their powder bronzer. Their powder bronzer is a huge favorite of mine. When you open this up, this is what it looks like. So you do have a bit of a slant, and then when you put the lid on, you do have to be careful to not nick the product. So that's one reason why this is ranking lower. I will say I do find the shade to be a little warmer than I would like, but this one is almost the exact opposite of the Persona in that it is so pigmented that you have to be really careful, because if you get too much, you will know it. It's just very, very pigmented. So you do have to be careful with that. So it's literally the exact opposite issue with the Persona. It's good. I think you like it. It's just that it is so pigmented. You do have to be careful. Okay, coming in number 8 is a product that does not describe itself as a cream bronzer, but it kind of is. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer, and I have the shade Light. So I picked this one up as well as the Skin Perfector, but this one is supposed to add warmth to the skin. It's supposed to be very sheer and just add warmth around the perimeters of the face. So essentially it's a cream bronzer. I think he just got creative with his name. So this is a much more sheer cream bronzer. This is one that you're probably going to reach for on a no makeup day, or maybe a day where you're not wearing foundation but you do want to add a little bit of a bronze, or maybe you're just wearing a skin tint. That's when you're going to wear this. This is just going to be a very sheer cream bronzer that's just going to add some warmth back into the skin, but it's not going to be too much. I really do like this quite a bit. I think this is amazing, especially in the summer months. I like it a lot more than its counterpart, the Skin Perfector that was released with this. I think this is a really good cream bronzer if you're looking for something that's very sheer and more of a no makeup effect. Coming in at number 7 is a bronzer that I really, really love, but is no longer available. This is from Vesca Beauty, and this is their Soft Matte Bronzing Powder in the shade Kissed by Rio. So unfortunately, this brand just recently announced that they are no longer. So I'm really sad about that because I love this bronzer. This one is a perfect tone. It's really, really pretty. It smells really good. It's got like that tropical scent of the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, but it's more sophisticated, if that makes sense. So it's just like a more elevated, sophisticated butter bronzer, and I love it. It's blendable. It looks pretty on the skin. I really love this one. I'm just so sad that we can't get it anymore. So this one is number 7. Coming at number 6. And from this point on, just so you know, I pretty much love every single one of these, but this is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Bronzer, also in the shade Light. So this is the bronzer. Again, it's a little more cool tone, which I love because I do prefer a bit more of a cool tone, especially for sculpting the face. I really like this one. This is very blendable, very easy to work with, very long wearing. I do love this bronzer. I think he did a great job with this one. This is definitely one of my favorite powder bronzers in my collection. And coming at number 5 is a bronzer stick that I actually tried at the tail end of 2021. It was released the day after Christmas, so this had to be in my 2022 ranking. This is the Rare Beauty Warm Wishes bronzer stick in the shade Power Boost. So I think this is wonderful. This is such a great stick. I know I'm swatching the creams and not the powders. This is what it looks like. The only thing with this one is the shade is a little warmer than I would like, but I love this one because this one is the perfect middle ground between the Persona and the LYS, where it is very pigmented, but it's also very blendable, but it's not quite as easy to blend away as the Persona. It's just really, really easy to work with, very user-friendly. If you're looking for a cream bronzer and you've never really used a cream bronzer before, I think you might really enjoy this one. This is a really great, I don't want to say entry level, but entry level to cream bronzers. This was only the second or third cream bronzer I had ever tried, and I really, really love it. Okay, so the top 4 are the best of the best, in my opinion. Coming in number 4 is from NARS, and this is their Laguna bronzing cream. I had the shade Laguna 01. So the packaging is absolutely beautiful, and they released these cream bronzers last summer, and then they were limited edition, but then they actually brought them back this year as a permanent addition to their collection, and I love this one so much. This is such a good cream bronzer. It's a little more stiff to blend out than the Rare Beauty, but the tone is beautiful. It looks so good on the skin. This one definitely also has a bit more of a cool tone to it, which I love, and it's got a slightly more moussey effect. It's not quite as emollient as, say, the Rare Beauty or the Persona. It's still creamy, but it's slightly more moussey, which I kind of like. I really, really do love that texture. So I love, love, love this bronzer. It's pigmented, but again, it blends out so beautifully. It looks so good on the skin. I can't tell you how good this looks on the skin. I love it. Coming in at number 3 is the cream bronzer that I thought was going to end the whole game for me, and I thought it was going to be number 1 this year, but this is the Say Natural Cream Bronzer in light bronze. I do still love this one. This is a really, really beautiful cream bronzer. It's a lot more sheer than some of the others that I've mentioned, but it's so blendable and so easy to work with. So this is what it looks like. The tone is a little more warm, but it's just so pretty. It's so easy to blend out. It is a little bit more dewy, and it's definitely a more lightweight cream kind of a product. It's definitely very creamy, lightweight. It feels very emollient. So for that reason, it just blends like a dream. It looks so good on the skin. This is another one that I would recommend to somebody who is just starting out with makeup or with cream products. This is one I would highly, highly recommend to somebody who is just starting out in that effect. I love this one so much. Coming in at number 2 is a powder bronzer from the drugstore, and this is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Bronzer. This is so good. So this says it's a soft matte finish and it's waterproof. I don't know that it's waterproof, but it definitely does have a beautiful soft matte finish. This looks so good on the skin. It does not have a scent, but it just blends out. It looks so airbrushed and beautiful on the skin. The tone of it is perfect. I love this one. I do have the shade 200 Fair. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I love this one. The whole L'Oreal Infallible line is just really good, but this is such a good bronzer. I haven't used this nearly as much as I should have, just because I've been trying to use up my butter bronzer, but this is so good. This is going to see so much more focus in the new year because I've really enjoyed working with this one. Again, I think I will always prefer powders, and this one reminds me why. I just love how easy it goes on, how easy it blends, and how airbrushed it looks. I just love this product. And coming in at number 1 was one I really, really liked when I first tried it out, and I thought, yeah, it's good, but I still have other favorites. But then I noticed I kept reaching for this specific bronzer every single time. So that's why it's number 1. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer. So obviously the packaging is beautiful, it's massive. And then opening this up, I love the design in the cream. This is definitely a very moussey consistency. It's completely different in texture from the Say Cream Bronzer. This one, I have worn quite a dent in the center. I'm not sure if that's coming off on camera, but again, it's just very moussey. It is a bit more stiff. It's definitely cooler in tone, so it really does do such a good job of sculpting the face. But because it does have that more moussey texture, I just love the way it adheres to the skin. I feel like it's more long wearing, but I love how it blends out at the same time. I just love this bronzer. This bronzer has been such a favorite. I love everything about it. I love how long it wears. I love how it looks on the skin. And I just feel really pretty and really put together when I wear this. So this is without a doubt the best bronzer of the whole year. And that is it. Those are the 10 bronzers that I tried throughout the year, and let me know down below if you tried any out that I haven't tried. Maybe I should. That is it for me today. Thank you again so very much for watching. If you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing before you go. I do upload at least 3 new videos every single week, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!